Hey everyone, this is Mia Rose, and thanks for joining me for this chat on small acts of self-care for a happier you. So today I want to talk about simplifying self-care. I want to show you that self-care doesn't have to be just another job on your to-do list that makes you feel stressed out and overwhelmed and out of control. Because here's the thing. Self-care is about relaxation and it's about rejuvenation. It's about adding more pleasurable activities to your life. And what you find pleasurable isn't necessarily what anyone else finds pleasurable. And that's perfectly okay. If you love nothing more than just having some me time and spending time at home on your own, reading a good book or baking some cookies or taking a long relaxing bath, then that would be the perfect thing to make space for in your life. But if you love nothing more than going out and spending time with a few good friends, then organizing a date with your besties would be the perfect way to practice self-care for you. So there's no right or wrong about it. You just have to figure out what is going to work best for you and then build more of those activities into your life on a consistent basis. So before we break it down into the actual activities that you can do to take care of yourself, body, mind and soul, I just want to say a word about self-love. If you don't love yourself enough, you're never going to prioritize self-care. So please know this. You are worthy of taking good care of yourself. Because once you become willing to extend love and compassion to yourself, life changes in mysterious and beautiful ways. You'll find that your heart softens and you come to know your own goodness. And you open yourself to a divine intelligence that guides your life with signs and synchronicities. And because you feel so much better, you attract more grace and abundance and things to feel good about into your life. So here are 3 questions you can ask yourself to figure out the small acts of self-care that would work best for you. So firstly, what kind of activities do you find most relaxing? So you ask yourself, how do I slow down? And secondly, what kind of activities do you find most invigorating? So the question would be, what do I do to refresh and renew my energy levels? And then thirdly, what kind of activities do you find most pleasurable? What are the things that I enjoy more than anything else? And that, my friend, is self-care in a nutshell. The things you find relaxing, the things you find invigorating, and the things you find pleasurable. And you apply that to yourself, body, mind, and soul. And you'll see that once you know the answer to these 3 questions, you can easily build more small acts of self-care into your everyday life. And I'd really like for you to make a list of small acts of self-care that will work for you and break it down into relaxing activities, invigorating activities, and pleasurable activities. And then keep your list handy. Put it on your bedside table or next to your laptop or on your fridge so that it serves as a reminder to take regular breaks and do something that will serve you, body, mind, and soul. So let me give you some ideas to get you started. But remember, everyone is different. So your list might not look anything like my list. It has to be unique to you. Okay? So let's start with the first question I mentioned, which is what kind of relaxing activities can you do? And then let's apply it to your body, mind, and soul. So let's start with body. How do you relax your body? Well, you can give yourself a foot massage, or do a stretching routine, or do a belly breathing exercise, or take a long bath with relaxing essential oils like lavender. How do you relax your mind? By taking a break from technology, or doing a few minutes of meditation, or doodling, or colouring in. Or how about knitting? That's such a relaxing thing to do. And then, how do you relax your soul? Perhaps you can try an activity like meditative prayer, or choosing words that make you feel peaceful and repeating it like a mantra, or writing in your gratitude journal. So that brings us to the second question, which is, what kind of invigorating activities can you do? Again, let's start with invigorating your body. That would be any kind of movement is refreshing and rejuvenating, like walking the dog, or dancing in your bedroom, or playing sports, or with a ball in the backyard, or going to the gym. Then, how do you rejuvenate and stimulate your mind? Perhaps you can play word games, or research something that you're really interested in, or you can immerse yourself in revitalizing colors like yellow and orange, or disperse essential oils that are refreshing and uplifting like ginger and grapefruit and lemongrass and spearmint, to name a few. Lastly, how can you rejuvenate your soul? One way is to sing, or perhaps just to listen to uplifting music. Or maybe you can play with some crystals that inspire you and set fresh intentions for your life. So remember what our third question was? It's asking yourself what you find pleasurable. So again, let's start with the body. What are the activities that make your body feel awesome? That might be something like going for or giving yourself a facial, or just having a self-pampering spa day at home where you indulge in some dry brushing and anointing your body with essential oils. And then think about enjoyable activities for your mind, which can be anything from reading inspirational texts to building a puzzle. And finally, let's look at some ideas for activities that you find pleasurable on a deep soul level. Now that might be anything from creating sacred space and creating rituals with candles and sage, or a soul art project, which is something that we do regularly in the Soul Woman circles. So I hope you can see that when you break self-care down into what you find relaxing, what you find invigorating, and what you find pleasurable, and then look at activities in each of those categories that care for your body, your mind, and your soul, it's easy to come up with small acts that would make you feel so much happier from day to day. And that is the ultimate goal of self-care, for you to become a happier you. So I'm going to leave it at that for today, and I hope you got lots of ideas for things that you can put on your list. And I'd love for you to tell us how your self-care is going, so we can encourage and inspire you, and also be encouraged and inspired by you. You can tag us on social media using the hashtag selfcare for the soul or Soul Woman Circles, so we can find you. And of course, we'll see you in the Self-Care for the Soul group on Facebook. So big love from my heart to yours, and bye for now. Mwah.